Axel Schwarzer, we saw quite a lot of volatility at the beginning of this year, and we saw that ETFs actually proved themselves performing quite well. What do you think that means for active managers like yourselves?
Yeah, volatility is good for active managers. So they did not only prove themselves, I think they outperformed the market. And there is a study from Standard & Poor's for the German market, which says that over 60% have beaten the benchmark. And when I look into our book of business here in Switzerland, so up to 80% of our products have beaten the benchmark. So I would say there is a justification for our active management in these days.
And as an active manager, you've set yourselves up in a sort of a boutique style system, which has proven very good for the bank. What's the advantage for your clients?
Outperformance. So we do not have any chief investment officers. So we in Vontobel culture anyway, we like ownership, responsibility and specialization. And that's very good if you have people and active management. So, and the benefit for the client is the outperformance, and you don't want to be mainstream like passive is, because everybody goes up and down at the same time, and it will proven in volatile market that might not be the best thing. So our setup should look like that we can create outperformance for the client.
Very good. And now what about growth? Obviously the asset management arm of Vontobel has provided a big part of the bank's growth in the past few years, to be honest. Yeah. How do you plan to sort of keep that growth momentum, that dynamic going?
Yeah, of course we're very happy with that. I think first you need very good people who are committed to growth. You need performance and a very high product quality, of course. And then what we can do, if you have the performance and your image and reputation increases, that you can tap in global asset pools, which we can do. So our global diversification with the right products for the right clients will give us a good, if you will, tailwind for further growth.
And those are all sort of more organic options. How would you view acquisitions?
Good. I rather prefer having the house clean, so we like to grow organically. But if we find good options according to our strategy, for example in Switzerland, in Germany, in the UK, in the US, we would be very happy to look into those targets and an M&A basis as well.
I'd like to ask you about Asia, where you've really focused on a few absolutely core markets like Australia, Japan, Singapore, and Hong Kong. How are those going for you, and would you consider expanding? For example, China is obviously a hot market for asset management.
I think Asia is always pretty good to look at. It's a very good growth perspective. So we think we should focus. And as you said, we focus on Australia. We have an office there in Sydney, and we have a partnership with ANZ, where we do asset allocation for them. We look into Japan, which is a very good market, where you have this aging population. They need a lot of retirement products, which we think we are able to deliver. And so we are very focused on Asia, because you can lose track. China is great to look into, but you have to be very smart what you want to do, whether you go onshore or you do offshore part of China. So we look into that very carefully.
So we look forward to hearing from that at a later date. Thank you, Axel Schwarzer.
Yeah, thank you very much.